welcome back to Friday Reviews. I am really sorry that I didn't do a Friday Reviews last week, but it kind of worked out well because if I would have only had one movie to talk about, and then I would have only had one movie to talk about in this video. First of all, I just want to let you guys know what I will be reviewing and talking about in this Friday Reviews, and that is Swiss Army Man, which is the one that I had watched in the time for last week with Daniel Radcliffe, and Ballerina. So those are the two that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now you might be wondering, where is Star Wars? Why am I not talking about Rogue One in this video? I have not yet watched it. And I feel like this is kind of weird because it came out not the Monday just gone, so not this Monday, but the Monday before. So it's been out for a week and a half. And the thing is I'm excited to watch it, but I'm a bit worried. What's happened is a lot of movies that I have been really excited about. For example, Fantastic Beasts. Now, there's quite a few to be honest, but let's just use Fantastic Beasts for example. I enjoyed Fantastic Beasts a lot. And I've talked about it in a video, but I was a little bit let down. And then, you know, it'd happen again, another movie would come out, I'd be so excited, it'd be my most anticipated movie, and then I'd be a little bit let down. And I was just kind of really sad of being let down. And I don't know, I feel like I'm nervous to watch it, I don't want to be let down. So I've tried to like even out my expectations. I don't want to go into it thinking of anything, because I really enjoy Star Wars. I watched Star Wars when I was growing up, I watched Star Wars when I was younger. I don't talk about it that much, but I did enjoy it, I did like it, but I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan. But I did enjoy the movies, I did really like them, and I was interested in the series. And then The Force Awakens came out and I loved it. I watched it, then the next day I rewatched it, I just really enjoyed it. I've actually only watched it twice, but I always want to watch it again. I really loved that. And obviously Rogue One is its own different thing, it slots in between some of the older ones, and it's kind of, you know, obviously it's not following on from what we're at now, which is fine. Obviously we've got different characters, and I really like Felicity Jones, is that her name, Felicity Jones? And I like how I said I really like her and then I forgot her name. But yeah, I'm just a little bit nervous to watch it, but I will watch it soon. I definitely have told myself I have to watch it before next week's Friday Reviews, so, because April is an April film. So next week I will be reviewing Rogue One and Sully. So those are the two I'll be reviewing next week. But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the ones that I'm going to be reviewing this week. So the first one that I watched, of course, was Swiss Army Man. Now, I had heard things about this movie. I knew what it was about. I knew that it had the weird undertones that it did, I suppose. And I don't know if this is a spoiler, I don't think it is. I haven't watched the trailer. I thought, okay, I'll just say this then. I thought that Daniel Radcliffe's character would be more dead than he was. That's all that I'll say about that. This movie was so weird. Okay, so at first it started, and it was funny. It was funny, you know, it had those comical laughs from just like silly jokes, and that was fine. And then it got way crazy and I was like, okay, it's still funny, but then I thought it was going to take it over the top and continue the same joke throughout the film, but thankfully it didn't. It kind of twisted roots, and I was like, okay, that's good, because I think it would have just gotten a bit repetitive. But anyway, it didn't. It twisted its roots throughout the film, and then it added kind of more craziness and some more weirdness, and I was like, what? And it was so weird, and I just was like, and Josh, right, so me and Josh watched this film together, we watched all the Monday movie hunts together, and obviously he'll talk about this in his April movies because I only picked up 5 and it's a top 5, but he doesn't know what the movies are about. I pick them up, I don't tell him what I'm picking up, he doesn't watch the trailers, I don't watch the trailers. I feel like I always know more about it because I hear what people say about it a little bit, like on YouTube if people do what they've watched or whatever, you know, I hear little bits here and there about it. I also sometimes read Total Film magazine, and you know, so I did know what this was about, and he didn't know what we were watching. He was like, what is this? This is so weird, what are we watching? And I was like, yeah, he's like, did you know this was what this film was? I was like, yeah, I knew this was what it was about. And so he thought it was really weird because he didn't know what he was going into. I feel like this film won't be everybody's cup of tea. I feel like it might be a Marmite film, love it or hate it. But I feel like I was in the middle. Having said that, I feel like I was in the middle. I gave it 3.5. I thought that it was interesting. I don't think I'll ever forget this film. I will watch it again in the future, but it's not one I'd watch straight away after. I thought towards the end it brought up some interesting points and conversation as much as it could that I thought were interesting. I thought that it became really heartfelt at the end, which is funny because when it started you might not have thought that was how it was going to be. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was a crazy film, and I feel like it's hard to rate because it is really weird. It is one of the more stranger films that I have seen, and yeah, but it manages to have kind of like, like it manages to have like like weird, like just basically like silly fart jokes basically is this movie, but it doesn't make it feel, at first it's a bit over the top, but then it doesn't make it feel, it's not that weird halfway through. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't want to give too much away because I feel like if you haven't seen this but you're interested in seeing it, you know the basic concept, that you kind of just need to go into it and be like, well, what's going on? I feel like that's the best way. I feel like that's the fun of this movie, is what is going on. But yeah, so I gave it 3.5, and I know that after Josh watched it, he gave it a different rating than what he gave it now. He gave it, well, okay, I'll spoil. He gave it 5 initially. He was like, it's just so weird, it's so crazy, I'm going to give it 5. And then he's thought on it and he's actually changed his rating. He literally does that every month with all the films. But I thought that was interesting, how he was like, yes, this movie is weird, I loved it. And then, you know, he thought about it, I was like, okay, well, he gave it a bit less. But yeah, you know, Swiss Army Man, I feel like I've not really explained it well. Moving on to Ballerina. Okay, I feel like I'm going to get some stick in this video because I loved this movie. I really, really, really did. I thought this was so beautiful and fantastic. I just fell in love with this. I watched this last night, on Thursday night, and I know that I will watch this again over the weekend. It's one of those movies I feel like I'm going to rewatch a bunch. It's one movie that I feel like when I watched Annie for the first time, say, which if you know me, I've watched Annie a gazillion times, it's one of those movies that for me, it's just, I don't know, nobody else likes it, and then I love it, and it's just cheesy, and I was like, oh my god, why do you like it? And it's not one of my favourite films, but it's just one of the films I just love to watch. I feel like this might be this year's that movie. I know we're kind of early in the year, but yes, Ballerina for me is one of those I hope I will continue to rewatch. After I rewatch it once or twice, I'll know whether it's rewatchable continually or just a couple of times. So I'll update you on that. But also, with having had that thought, I've actually filmed a video of my top 15 most rewatched films in the last 5 years, so that'll be up soon as well. But yeah, this movie really surprised me, and I can't figure out, like, it's E1 Entertainment. What other animation films have they done? Let me look that up. You just stay there. I'm going to pause. I'm going to look it up because this was so good and I'm really interested to know where, like, it just kind of came about. And I was like, what? So yeah, E1 Entertainment. Let's see what other animation films they've done. Okay, so I googled it. I couldn't really find anything out. Maybe if I look deeper. Maybe you will know. Maybe, hang on, there's loads of people on the back here. What other films have these animation company made? So it's not, you know, DreamWorks, it's not Disney, it's not Illumination, it's not Blue Sky, it's not Warner Brothers, it's not one of those people that we now know. I've probably missed somebody. Leica. Yeah, so Leica is fantastic. I feel like, had this have been, no, I feel like it's not dark enough, but it did remind me a little bit at the beginning of a Leica film, had it have been, you know, little clay models, not CGI. Anyway, so Ballerina basically is about this orphan girl who really wants to be a ballet dancer, and she has this friend Victor who really wants to be an inventor, and they want to run away from the orphanage and go to Paris. They live in I can't think of the place right now. Anyway, they really want to run away and go to Paris, and it's set during a really interesting time period, and that was what really surprised me initially. I don't want to give too much away having said this now, but they are building the Eiffel Tower at this current time. There's other things I found really interesting about this time, but I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, so they're building the Eiffel Tower at this time. Obviously, they run away and they go to Paris. That's the very beginning of the film. And like I say, this little girl, she dreams of being a ballerina, and she knows there's a dance school in Paris that she really wants to go to. But obviously, she's an orphan. She's ran away to Paris. How is she gonna, get into this dance school? And Victor wants to be an inventor, and it's just such a cute film. And the thing that I liked most about it was, well, there's a few things. I liked the story. It was kind of generic, but I liked it. I liked some of the side characters. There's this lady that she meets in Paris. I really liked her. I really liked Victor's little friend, whose name I've forgotten, but I really liked him. And I really liked this other character in it, which I don't want to spoil anything. But I really did like some of the side characters, but then some of the other side characters were a little bit flat, to be fair. So it wasn't like, I feel like it's not a perfect film if I'm going to look really into it, because I gave it a high rating, so I want to kind of really think about it. Yeah, so I really like the main character. I really like some of the side characters. I really like the setting and the time period with the setting. I thought the animation was brilliant. I loved that. I loved the music in this film. The music in this film was great. I would buy the soundtrack to this film, but you can't. But I would. If they have the soundtrack CD on Amazon, I would buy it, but it wasn't there. Really loved the soundtrack to this one. There's actually a Sia song in here as well, which I loved so much. But she's not released the whole song yet. It's just this little, 1 minute in the film. But yeah, a lot of great music in this. And then, finally, what I really, really loved about this was actually the dancing. And I feel like that's just to do with me personally. And I feel like that's maybe why I loved it so much. I loved watching the dance scenes in this. Since watching it, I've gone onto YouTube and watched this one scene, maybe 5 times. I just love watching it. I thought it was so great. And there's other scenes that I would do that with, but I want to just wait and rewatch the whole film. But yeah, the dancing scenes were so good. And I feel like that's because with never have been a dancer, I'm just generally interested enough in dance. My friend was a dancer and she did ballet and all sorts of things. So we had talked about different terms of ballet, not mega ones, but just, first position, any of those kind of things, and different plie, those kind of terms. I already knew. We talked about those, and I went and seen her in dance shows, and I'd enjoyed watching dance shows and ballet shows. Me and my family go and watch the ballet once most years, and that's something that we enjoy to do. So I love watching dance. I'm not good at dancing, but I like watching dance, and that's something that I enjoy. I used to watch Dance Moms, but it's a bit drama-y. Speaking of that, it's got Maddie, I don't know how to say her name, Ziegler. She's in this. I was a little bit worried. I was like, oh, because she's an amazing dancer, but then they just try and sometimes put them into other things. But I actually didn't know what character she was. I then made a presumption. I was like, oh, maybe she's this character. And I was like, is she? I'm not sure. I think she did a really good job. I couldn't really tell. It didn't really massively stand out. Obviously, Elle Fanning is our main character, and she was fantastic. I really love Elle Fanning. I will watch pretty much most of her films. So pretty much I loved most of this film, if not all of it. There wasn't really anything that I didn't like. Like I say, if I wanted to pick it apart completely, there's a couple of things that maybe were a bit niggly, but not enough to ruin the film for me. I loved the way it ended. I just really enjoyed this, and I really would recommend it. I think if you enjoy animation films, you will enjoy this. I gave it 5 stars, and I will say that I watched this with Josh, like I said with the other one, and he really enjoyed this too, which I think is an important thing to mention. I don't think he will probably praise it as much as he enjoyed it in his video, just because, he's a 20-something boy who, it's just kind of a bit weird, but he did really enjoy it, so I think that says something too, because it wasn't just me being like, yes, I love this, it's so cute and fluffy, However, on Letterboxd, it didn't have the best reviews, so I don't know. On Amazon it did. People who took their children and stuff. Letterboxd not so much, so I don't really know what went on there, but I thought it was very good and I really enjoyed it and I gave it 5 stars. It was my favourite film of the month so far. So we'll see when I watch the other two where this one stands. But yeah, 5 stars, really enjoyed it. Can't wait to rewatch it again this weekend. I would definitely recommend it. And I want more of these. It was a film that instantly I just fell in love with, and that's what I've been waiting for. That's what I wanted to happen with Fantastic Beasts today. I've wanted to completely just fall in love with the film and want to rewatch it again straight away. And I haven't really had that lately. And Ballerina, it brought that. So those are the 2 movies that I watched this week. Sorry that this video is kind of long. I feel like I talked about both of them for an extra long time. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thumbs up if you enjoyed Friday reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already or if you are a newbie. And I will see you then. Goodbye!